I'm like so nervous recording this. Hi everyone, so my name is Sarah, I'm 24 and I tested positive for COVID-19. I feel so lucky to be someone who is mildly symptomatic because I know that this has completely destroyed their lives. As I was telling people and talking to people, they suggested it might be helpful to sort of share my experience having this virus, because there aren't a lot of stories out there about people who the asymptomatic or mildly symptomatic people with COVID-19. This is such an extreme pandemic right now. It's scary, it's making a lot of people suffer, because I'm not trying to do this to get, I don't know, people to pity me. I'm not doing that. Some people in my life just suggested that it might be helpful to take people along a mildly symptomatic person's experience with this virus. The main symptoms that I felt were shortness of breath, not being able to smell or taste anything, headaches, and sinus symptoms, along with general fatigue, and just that my body just ached. I started being symptomatic 5 to 6 days ago from now. It started off with, honestly, a headache and a lot of sinus pressure. So much so that I actually called my primary care doctor. We did a telehealth meeting and I thought I had a sinus infection. That hasn't gone away since then, and because the sinuses weren't really a big symptom that we knew about at that time, I didn't think that it would be the virus. It started out with a lot of sinus pressure, nasal congestion, so that's sort of why I didn't get tested right away. One of the more interesting symptoms that I don't think we knew about as much when I started having it, I couldn't taste or smell anything. And people thought maybe that is another symptom of the allergies or the sinus infection, but it had been going on for a while. Eating food and just not tasting it. It is very strange. And so that was like a more lesser known symptom of the virus, so I didn't jump immediately to the fact that I had it. The main symptom that made me go get tested was I started being short of breath. So I am a runner and I like to go for walks a lot in my neighborhood, and with a mask, of course. I started walking, and after maybe only half a mile I was breathing really hard. And even now I'm catching my breath when I'm talking. So then I thought that was very strange, considering I usually run 5, 6, 7 miles. So it was strange that I was really feeling that I couldn't get enough air into my lungs just going for a walk for a half a mile. So that's when I decided to get tested. The shortness of breath for me, it feels like when I'm talking, you take a deep breath in. I walked up and down the stairs once, just one flight of stairs, and I was breathing more heavily. Even now, it feels like I need to catch my breath. I'm very lucky again that it's not anything worse than that, that it hasn't become that. I am praying it's not going to become that. I call myself a relatively healthy person, so I feel like I'm pretty in tune with my body. I know when something's not right. Just know your body and trust your body if it's telling you something's not right. Isolate, just as we should be doing anyway. Take inventory of the other symptoms if you have them. And that's another thing, is I didn't have a fever. I think the 3 main symptoms they talk about is shortness of breath, fever, and that dry cough. I feel like those are the ones that I've heard the most. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I've only had that one symptom. I never had a fever. I had chills for one day, but what's interesting about this virus for me is that it seems to go in phases, and it started out with the sinus phases for me, and then the body aching phase, and now I'm into the respiratory phase where I feel that shortness of breath, and I feel it more in my upper respiratory system. I really hope I didn't offend anyone or anything with this video. I was talking to people, and there's not a lot of information on people that are mildly symptomatic out there. I hope that it helps someone to, if I could take them on my journey dealing with it. This is just my experience having it. Please, if I offended you, I am so sorry. If I know that it is such a deathly fatal virus for some people, so I do feel incredibly lucky about that despite having contracted it. And we're doing okay. I'm doing okay. Please stay safe, stay home if you can, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.